Trying to wait for y'all to get up in here. Got a lot to talk about. All right. Get some people in here. How's it going? Thanks for coming through the support. Trying to get some more people in so I can start the show up. Yeah, I missed doing it. I had a lot of problems, I've been trying to take care of, but I'm gonna try to do streams more often, and I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do with Undisputed. I'm still like on the fence ish. Should I still keep my pre-order in? Cause I don't really like what the game is right now. We're gonna talk about it. I see you've been playing a lot of Bloody Knuckles. I've been seeing your streams. Yeah, let me see. You can hear me good? I should finish before if anybody's trying to watch the Anthony Joshua and Duval fight. I should finish real before way before the it start like 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Thanks. Oh, if you shared it in the Undisputed Discord. Oh, that this should be interesting. if they don't try to ban you for trying to support them. Oh, okay. You're a member of the Undisputed Discord too? Uh Subway Smooth. Thanks for coming through. See, I want to get my what's called my talk show podcast started because I can actually talk to y'all. We can have conversations back and forth. They say you could do it on YouTube, but I like to set up for talk show. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff I want to talk about. I'm trying to get a couple of people in here. I appreciate you coming through. It's like a lot of people they be shadow watching and stuff. Cause I can see like 4 or 5 people. Sometimes I see 10 people, but it's only 3 people talking. Yeah, I got some stuff to talk about. I know you got stuff you want to talk about, so I guess my fault. I guess I'ma have to. Damn, everything wanna act up. All right. Yeah. You said you got some stuff you want to talk about. Um. So I guess I'm gonna have to like you could write it, and I guess I could relay it. But yeah, I got some stuff I want to talk about. I want to. Let me see. What time is it? We get 1 more minute, and then I'm gonna start talking. You shared it in the undisputed Discord. Well, this gonna be interesting if you don't get banned. Let me see. Yeah, wait another minute to get this started. Cause some people they watching the undercard of the Anthony Joshua fight. Yeah, let me see. All right. I'm gonna start off by saying I know this is just a game, but once you start saying certain things like you trying to replicate the sport, realism and stuff like that, then the boxing fans have a right to have have an opinion of how realistic something is. You know, um, you got people they always try to downplay certain things, like because they feel like we got a boxing game, don't do nothing to mess it up. But if you don't give feedback, the game will stay at a certain look a certain way, and it'll stay that way. And the developers, I feel like they did their job. And if you know the history of Undisputed, I mean, Still City Interactive, the whole team is not boxing fans. I say out of they got 70 people on the over 70 people on the team, and I say probably about 5 of them, I say 10 are boxing fans, and then you gotta say which people on the team are actually boxing fans and actually putting the boxing mechanic effort into the game. Because yeah, I'm gonna start calling out names now. You know, because I feel like it's a lot of people I put on, I spoke highly of. I put their name in Ash mine because I felt like I wasn't qualified because I hate talking. I'd rather be behind the scenes because there's a lot of companies that I talked to, and they was like, "Well, you should be the head of a game. You should try to create your own game. You should try to get funding for a game." And this was before Ash or Round for Round. Companies was telling me that they say you're so passionate, you will make a, a great game. They see my ideas, and ideas constantly come to me. So they say you will make an epic game. But my thing was I didn't have the skill. I felt like I didn't have the skill set to be a game developer or to be in control of a game company because I never dealt with it like that. I was helping EA like doing certain things like with boxes and stuff. People try to take that away from me. I have talked to a lot of boxes. Some of the boxes I know from when I was boxing, and I sent a lot of boxes to EA and to SCI and to Round for Round. See, people they like to downplay my contributions to a boxing game. It's like they say, well, he's old. He shouldn't be a part of this. Boxing is an old sport. I box. I have passion for boxing. It's a funny story about a lot of people say that Still Shitty should have hired me, and I really didn't want to be on the team. But then I said, well, maybe I could give my ideas and feedback. That should be enough. And I know what boxing looks like because I've been around boxing for decades. And I know what things look like. I'm an idea guy. I'm an artist. I can do certain things. So I could have been a big on helping them do certain things. But their thing is the developers, the main developers that was there, they didn't like me. They didn't want me on the team. I don't know if they scared of me, the dark skinned guy. I don't know. I look angry. I don't know. But yeah, told me yesterday, no, we're just hiring local. We're hiring developers in England. That's and that's no lie. I got the conversation. I saved it just in case they try to delete it. But they're saying they're not hiring in the United States. And I was like looking at them stupid because I'm the wrong person. I'm not a little kid because they try to say stuff like I'm a little kid, like I don't do my research. I'm huge on research. So they got a company in California. So you're not hiring in the United States. You got Boxing Fanatical, he's from the United States. You have Will Kensler, Raxzilla, he's from the United States. You got Jay Shep, he's from the United States. But their thing was I was gonna try me the way I talk and stuff. I would have I would have been more focused on realistic boxing game, and and I'm gonna say it. I was trying to protect what I thought we had a friendship. Will Kessler, he don't believe that realistic boxing games can sell. He really don't. So his whole thing is he's going to implement little things in this arcade. It's going to have an arcade um, feel to it because he don't believe realistic boxing can sell. And if you look at the game before Will got there, it was more realistic. When we seen the two betas and the one where they were moving the checkbook and all that. If you look at that, it was like it just needed little tune ups, and the game would have been better. The game would have been, it was realistic back then. Now the game is like going backwards, it seemed like. And they like, it's like they like acting like they're trying to make the game look better, but they're not. And Ash is stuck on repeat. He talks like he a clone or something. Because Ash keeps saying the game is realistic. And he got this speech he got laid out that he constantly says. Yeah, it was. And it's like they were going on. Because when me and Ash talk, and this the thing that get me mad a little bit, but it don't because I know how people act. When me and Ash talked, we basically had the same ideas. I don't know if he looked at my ideas already, but when me and Ash talked in our Zoom conference, I think we talked to 45 minutes to an hour, you know, because it went so fast because he had so much to say to me. He was excited to talk to me. So I'm like, why wouldn't he want a person like me on the team or a part of the project? And he said it in a DM. He said he wanted my ideas and me to be a part of the project in some form or fashion. But it was the developers. Because I remember developers, they put me in they had a private meeting with me in the DMs on the Discord. It's like I think like 4 or 5 developers that talked to me. It was like before they got the big team. And they were like basically trying to like downplay me and like, yeah, Ash said you're gonna be in the game as a character and that's it. He ain't say that you're gonna be on the team. And I'm like, wow.
Stop playing with
I'm
my
like,
name.
y'all
I ain't
really
gonna
don't
say it
want me
no
to be
more.
on the team or be a part of the project. And it wasn't like I could have pushed a little harder, but my thing is, why should I want to be around people that don't really want me to be there?
What do you mean by that?
Then I get mad at is people in the community in the community that a lot of y'all know. None of them push up for me or talk for me. And like I said, I spoke up and talked for them. I kept their name in Ash ear. I
Oh,
talked to
come
Ash about these
on.
people. I said, Ash, this guy's more he's more experienced with people and talking to people. And these people know that I spoke up for them, but they don't talk highly for me. They don't talk, in my favor. They don't tell the team like, like why isn't Poe a part of the team? Why doesn't Poe get any you know, nobody talks about him. It's like I'm the boogeyman or something. Like they scared to talk about me. Like they don't give me credit for certain things. And it kind of, it really gets me mad. But I'm gonna look at some notes I wrote down. They didn't the knockdowns. We're gonna talk about the knockdowns. I hate the knockdowns. They're too repetitive. They need a mixture of ragdoll physics. They really do. It's like the game is like backwards. It's like I mean they like using the excuse. This is our first game. Okay, it's your first game. 4 years. EA made nearly 5 games in 4 years when they didn't have the major team that they have now, the huge mega teams they got now. 4 games they made, boxing games, their first boxing game in 4 years. So it's on them. It's not the time it took because and then they got things that they don't have in the game. I can see if you got these things in the game to keep people from complaining about. You don't have the referee in the ring. You keep trying to say that putting the referee in the ring is hard. It's not hard. I talk to other developers from other companies. I talk to developers that used to work for 2K. I mean not 2K, but wrestling games that make wrestling games. They got a referee in the ring the whole time. Technology is too advanced. AI, the way AI is now, you can get AI to help you put a referee in the ring. It's so much missing. The walkout, you can't say because that was EA excuse. They said, well, people gonna skip through the walkout. Not everybody's gonna skip through the walkout. They want that immersion. Let me see. The get up game. It needs another option. Some people, you know, they like to force people to be stuck on one option. Options. This game should have options. All games should have options. But you can't, I feel like people try to push people to accept certain game mechanics or things that it benefits them. But options should be a thing. And like I always say, I don't know if people listen to my lives or my. It should be like a contract situation where two people agree on the rules and the options that they want to use in the game, and that cuts everything out. That it really good and it's not good. That auto get up, it's a good thing. That's an option, but that's not what people would ask for. Because when I used to be in the Discord before they banned me, um, Aimbot was saying that he was gonna make a OEA get up game like the tapping or whatever. And if you're not, basically with the EA, if you weren't tapping fast enough or whatever, you wouldn't get up. Yeah, the referee should have been in the base game. These are base things, and they keep saying it's hard to do. It's the thing is like developers keep saying um AAA developers and developers that been in the industry for a long time, they say it's basically it seems like it's not a focus or never was a focus for the game, or anybody isn't as experienced as we think he is. I used to try not to say aimbot name and try not to talk down on him because he did try to help me out with my son, but nah, because for one, yeah, you did help me with my son project when he was going to college, but when I got kicked out the Discord, you didn't go to bat for me. So all them people that didn't go to bat for me that have positions that could have said something, even Ash, even though I don't think Ash is in the Discord, but none of these people go to bat for me. But I used to always advertise this game like it was a project of mine. I was talking about this game a lot. A lot of people, a lot of the content people didn't know nothing about the game until I started advertising it, talking about it. And that seemed and people feel like I owe them something by doing that. I want a boxing game. I don't care about the company and stuff like that. I just want a good boxing game with a lot of the ideas that I had. I could go on for days and days with ideas. And I think companies fear that. But AAA companies don't because I've talked to them. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, he ain't talked to no AAA company. Yes, I did. I can show you the text and the conversations. I try to keep my texts and conversations for stuff like this. Because people hate to give me credit for stuff. Like the old man should just die, fade off. Nah, that ain't gonna happen. Because when they come, yo, what's up, man? Love see Shorty in the house. Everybody let Love see Shorty know that you can see him. But yeah, it's a lot of companies, they don't want me to say anything because I guess they feel I'm over passionate. But if anybody seen the last video of Hip Hop Gamer, that joker got me by 10 times as far as passion. I'm talking about excitement and stuff. But I know it's a difference between excitement and passion. But Hip Hop Gamer, you'll believe that this is the best game in the world. And I see they starting to scan all these people in. Is that like a aha moment? Cause they scanning people and I'm like, yo, how that joker get scanned in? Cause Hip Hop Gamer just started talking about Undisputed again. He just started talking about it. But it wasn't one of his main focus, like some of the people that got scammed in. And to the announcer for Undisputed, he's a real announcer. He do announcement for PBC. Stop taking up for Undisputed. This joker like be coming on my post. Yo man, stop taking up for them. I can say what I want to say. Daggone. You want to have a celebrity boxing match? Dad, he be taking up for these jokers like they put like a million in his pocket or something. Yo, you ain't got to jump on my post and tell me what I should post or I should love this game. No, you can't tell me what to like. Yeah, I want boxing games to succeed because they help the sport and it also help make better games. But don't tell me how I should talk. I'm like, yo. Oh yeah, Hip Hop Gamer. I knew him from day one. When he first started, I knew him. And his excitement, he sells stuff. He's like a salesman to me. And the thing about it, we talked. That's why I'm like, why are these guys that we always talk behind the scenes or in general, why they not talking up for me? These guys they not like, yo, what's going on with Poe? These guys not talking up for me. They talk up for me in the beginning. I guess they didn't think Undisputed was gonna be as big as it was, because these jokers was talking up. I said, yeah, Brian Mazik, he put me on to you, even though I seen a lot of your posts. Brian Mazik, he put me, I was like, oh, all right. So we start talking. And me and Ash was talking for a long time, but then Will, when he got hired, it seemed like he pulled that relationship we was building apart. He's like, no, he gonna I know how Poe is, because I know Will from Madden and the Fight Night days. So Will know how passionate I could be, so he feel like my passion will drip into Ash mentality. And it's like Will took over the project. It seemed like Ash like gave the reins over to Will. It's like it's Will project. Cause cause the way they had it in EA, that realism doesn't sell. That's why most of EA games were hybrids. They were never this what fans always say. Yeah, EA, NBA Live was realistic. No, it wasn't. EA even said, you want to tell a company that's making a game that their product is real when they said it wasn't real. Fight Night Champion. You listen to a lot of these people, these fans that be playing the game. They said Fight Night Champion was real. I did interviews with the developers so I could prove my point. Even though I knew from talking to the developers behind the scene, because I was the community leader, basically manager, but they retitled that it couldn't be manager. So you know how that go. And I was the community senior moderator. They was trying to groom me because Brizzle was telling me he started at a certain thing and he became a developer. He said, "Poe, you could become a developer," but me, my passion overtook, and my passion started disrupting me being on the team. For one, you're not going to get me to lie for something I don't like. If I didn't like what Fight Night Champion was, I didn't like what Fight Night Round 4 was. There was a lot of things that was wrong. And I thought y'all was going to repair from Fight Night Round 4 to Fight Night Champion. Because when I went to the studio in Fight Night Round 4, when they first was making the game, they had some stuff for that. Like, yo, that's how the game going to be. They said, no, we won't probably have to take that out. So y'all taking the realism out. Because I was looking at boxers getting punched, knocked through the ropes and everything. Looked at realistic. But then I said, maybe they're going to put that in Fight Night Champion. So my passion started getting up there. You know, my passion was like ramping up because I started coming up with more and more ideas of how realistic a game should be. So when Fight Night Champion had a community event, I thought I was going. Nah. They had some, because they tried to act like they wanted to put new people to go see the game. They had a lot of the people that went up there when I went, and I was the community leader, and I was the senior moderator. Usually a company sends them. Especially me, I was like, in the community, everybody in the community wanted me to go. So they was like, nah, we can't let Poe go to see Fight Night Champion. So my thing was I made a recommendation. I got one of my friends, he's just as passionate as I am. And he was a referee and a judge for amateur boxing. So I got him to go up there. His name Anthony, and you know a lot of people probably know about Indigo 76. So he was a player, you know, a fight night player, you know, fight night game player. So he went up there and he said, "Poe, that wish list you sent to them, because I sent them a wish list. It was the community that helped build the wish list, but I had a major amount of ideas in the game. I mean, in the wish list. So he said, yo, they only use 5% of what you use. And what they did, their main focus was on the story mode. So the gameplay is not, you know, what we think it's gonna be. You said everything, the budget, everything, most of that budget went to the story mode. And I was like, I was mad. And when they would start trying to give us games and stuff, I didn't want a game. I said, no, I'll pass. He said, no, it's free, Poe. You know you get a free Fight Night game. I don't want it. I haven't played Fight Night Champion. All my feedback from Fight Night Champion is from watching videos of other people playing. And people be like, you should have played the game. How you gonna get mad at the game? How you gotta play the game to see it visually? Something going on with Undisputed. It has realism, but it's very watered down. Exactly. It started getting watered down after Will got there, seemed like. And I'm not the only one that's seen this. At first, I was trying to overlook it. I said, "No, Will, he got some." And my thing, and people say, "Why did you put Will in Ash mine?" Because my thing was, Will had experience with a company. Ash them was a new team. And my thing was, even when I was with Round for Round, my thing, I was helping them put pieces in their development team to help them get over that hump of just being a new indie company. But it's like Will went in there with that theory that realism not gonna sell. Don't give them all that realism in the game. It's not gonna sell. And that's what everybody, because he keep thinking, like my thing is, if you do your research, um the first boxing game, the ones that look like M's, it came out in the 80s. So that's like 40 years ago. And ever since that 40 years ago, you got to look at the people that were 18, 20, 25, or a little, even if they were 7 years old at that time, they're still playing games. So you think they want that same arcadey stuff that they had back then? They even went past Punch Out. A Punch Out game would not sell as many as it did at that time. People want what the old 2K was. I'm not gonna use the 2K now, but they want what 2K was building to be. They wanted what the realistic mindset that the developers from 2K was using. And I had a argument and debate with a couple of people in the Discord when I was in the Discord. Even the developer, he said we don't need boxers in the studio. We need boxers. They could come by after we did what we did, and they could give us feedback of what we did right and what we did wrong. That's not gonna. If you take the same formula that NBA 2K used, they have developers that play basketball that's in the studio. I know there's like 5 people on the no, I think it's more on the NBA
Why are
2K
we here?
team. Even though NBA 2K is not as realistic as a lot of people want, it to me, as a person that's not really a basketball fan, and me watching a basketball game and seeing what's in 2K, I I'm like, yo, I see a lot of things that's right. And that thing is, and my thing with Steel City, not probably Ash, but I'm saying Steel City a whole, you can't say that realism is not fun. Because for one, a person that's a gamer, because this is the thing they like using, gamers like challenges. You ever see a person play an arcade fighter game and they're having a hard time fighting certain people? That one character that's throwing a billion punches. You know, I forget his name because I haven't played fighting games in a long time. But you know, throwing all these punches and kicks and stuff, you find a way or tactic to beat that. And that's what Undisputed was supposed to be. Ash said he said this to me, no lie. He said he wanted Undisputed to be a tactical game. He said he didn't want it to be checkers. He wanted to be, you have to find a way to beat the person. But my thing is, if the boxing mechanics is not there, how are you going to beat a person? How are you going to make the game fun? How are you going to make the game a boxing game? You know, I'm just going. I'm gonna run through some more stuff. Stop using the word realism and getting upset when fans get upset. You can't get mad at a person that want realistic boxing mechanics in a boxing game, a realistic boxing game. We passed all the arcade stuff. The arcade stuff supposed to have been a side option. It's supposed to have been an option. But you want that to be the main default. That's crazy. Everybody, most of the boxers that I talk to, yeah, I do talk to boxers. Boxers that I talk to, or I talk to somebody that's in the industry for boxing, they say this, there's so many things missing. And if you don't believe me, hit up boxer Steve Cunningham. Because me and Steve Cunningham, we've been friends for years, decades. And he's one of the guys that I brought in the EA forums, and fans, they were so casual and so disrespectful to him, he left his Discord. He left the EA forums. But my thing is, he's one of them outspoken boxers that feel that a realistic boxing game can work, and he wanted to give his input. Let me see. Remember the games he compared to each other: Pro Evolution Soccer, FIFA, and he grew up playing Pro Evolution, which is more realistic. Yeah, exactly. But and my thing is, that's Ash mindset. That's the mindset I fell in love with. I was like, yo, Ash talked like me. I was so happy. I was like a kid on Christmas. He was saying stuff, and I'm like, yo, this Joker, he stole my wish list, didn't he? He was saying so many things. I was like, yo, we on the same page. So I said, I got to be a part of this project. But it's the developers. My thing is, I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it because nobody, like I say, nobody goes to bat for me. Ash need to remove people from his team and add people in. For one, he has to leave that Unity engine alone. He need Unreal Engine. I know, Love C Shorty. I know you're good at what you do with what you got. But to me, Ash and the team should get Unreal Engine. And it's not me the only one saying this. Because it say that Ash is over ambitious with his ideas, and he can accomplish better with Unreal Engine. This what a AAA developer said. Even Ash, oh yeah, this. I'm glad I was saying what I said. This what Ash said in the latest interview with what old boy name from the I forget his name. The latest interview with but it's him and Kim, the analyst Kim. So he said that when he start hiring people, they said his ideas is too over ambitious. What? Over ambitious? Just say that you can't do it and we need to hire more people. His ideas was not over ambitious. Especially compared to mine. His ideas were not over ambitious. I'm like, yo. When you say his ideas over ambitious, make sure you put that referee in the ring first, and you do more things style-wise, tendencies, capabilities, traits. things like that. Make sure you do that first. And then you say it's stuff with over ambition. Get them things right. You got to get them things correct before you start talking about what is hard to put in the game. Yeah, that it makes no sense. But as thing was, I don't think it's the shareholders, especially the way Ash was talking gangster in the beginning. I really don't think it's the shareholders. For one, he did. I know he didn't want shareholders at first, and he said even if I do, they're not going to change my ideas. It's not the shareholders, it's Will. It's not the shareholders at all, because they know that because the boxers talking about the game, and they're talking about what the game's supposed to be. They're still talking about the beginning of what the game was supposed to be. The shareholders, they starting to push the game out, but they, because even the Turkey Sheik, he said this game is going to be the deepest game ever. As a dad, you got me stumbling. Proprietorship. I have the privilege of doing what I want to do, and that's what Ash was saying. That's exactly what Ash was saying. And then he started talking gangster. I said, "Oh, he talking gangster. That's what I'm talking about." But it seemed like he was just stroking me. He was like stroking my ego. He's like, "Well, because I guess he didn't really know anybody else when because me, I was posting stuff nonstop since Fight Night Champion. Even I was posting stuff when Fight Night Champion was out, but even after Fight Night Champion, nonstop I was posting stuff about a boxing video game. So Ash was seeing that stuff. So I guess he was like, "Yeah, let me talk to this guy. I'm gonna stroke his ego a little bit." That's what it seemed like. I don't know, but Ash was saying, "Yeah, me being an indie company," and he said, "Indie companies, even if we get people to invest in the game, no matter what, I got to, I'm gonna sign it that I'm still going to create the game that I want." He said the game that he want, but Will Raxzilla came in there and just did a okie doke. He started changing words up and stuff. He said it's not a realistic game; it's an authentic game. I don't care how you change the word, it's still supposed to replicate boxing. That's what sold the game. That's what made everybody gravitate to the game. Not because you saying authentic. That's like throwing them off. Everybody gonna keep saying realistic. Even in your Steam page, it says realistic. You guys can go in there and change it, or do y'all not want to change it? You could change realistic and stuff, simulation, all that. You could change that on your Steam page, but you're not. That's a fact. That's how Ash should have stayed no matter what. And that's what he was saying, but it seemed like Will influence. Because I remember I was talking to boxers. All these boxers wanted to be in the game. What's his name? The one that's Mildred Teller wanted to be in the game. Um, Chris Bird. Chris Bird is going to be in the game. But Chris Bird, all these boxers I was talking to, they wanted to be in the game. And Will was saying, because I let Will know. Will said, "We don't need your help no more. We got this. We don't need you to y'all not reaching out to people. So how you gonna tell me y'all don't need my help? Because if it was up to Will, I think Undisputed will have the same 54 boxers that Fight Night Champion had." And my this another thing that bothers me about Ash. He keeps saying his interviews are on repeat. He keeps saying it's expensive to get boxes. Hold up, don't say it's expensive to get boxes. It's expensive to get Floyd. And I don't really think what you're saying is true about Floyd want that $10 million. That's something he said to EA. Floyd was beefing with EA when he said that he wouldn't be in um fight night game because EA disrespected him and paid Pacquiao more than they was paying him. And then when Floyd found out, they tried to come back and give him a little bit more. And Floyd was mad at that. So stop because as he repeats a lot of things from EA, like he keeps saying, boxers are expensive. But you got 200 boxers. How is boxers expensive? EA has 50 to 54 boxers in Fight Night Champion. So how is boxers expensive? You have all the organizations except the WBA. And the WBA wanted to be in the game. I don't know what falling out you had, but the WBA wanted to be in the game. They did, and I don't even want to say SCI tricked the supporters. No, I say the majority of the team, like the developers, but Ash himself, it's like he feel that I can't develop this game, so let these guys have more say so. But you keep repeating the same thing. You look at your game. You see your game. Your game is not what you want. Because if you go back to the alpha, the beta and the alpha, you will see how different your game is. It's like 3 or 4 devs left your team. And then y'all was struggling to get it back together, or somebody came on your team and say, no, you shouldn't have that stuff. That's too realistic. And the punches still look off. The punches look terrible to me. You know, you know, some people say they will do, but the punches look terrible. Especially when I look at, I don't hate bringing it up, but overhand boxing, the punches look perfect. The delivery, the trajectory, and everything, it looks perfect. Anybody want to argue with me about that? Love C Shorty, his game has a lot of things going for it. So it's the team. It's not what you can do. What you mean Suleiman told them to get out? If you saying what I'm thinking, like you telling him, I mean WBC told them not to let the WBA be in, because that's the only reason. I mean, thing that I could say. Oh yeah, I didn't even know they removed them. But my thing, I thought you was talking about why the WBA in. But I'm thinking the WBA is not in because of the other belts probably said something, because the WBA, the guy contacted me. I forget his name. I can look it up right now. But he contacted me. I forget what's his name? Yeah, he contacted me and told me to tell. No, he thought I was on the team, and I passed the message to Ash and his brother. Oh yeah, there you go. Gilberto Jesus Mendoza. He's the president of the WBA. And he told me, he said, I want to, hold on, let me see. I'm gonna read the message. Because people be thinking I be fronting. They be thinking I be capping about stuff. He said, I want to be a part of it. Because I asked him, I said, you guys should be a part of the upcoming, this was in 4/9/22. And he said, I said, you guys should be a part of the upcoming historic boxing video game ESBC. It's getting, I mean, it's great for boxing and it's boxing fans. He was like, I want to be a part of it. So I gave him Todd Grissom. I gave him his email for so he could contact him. He said, I want to put boxing video games in my convention. He had a convention ESBC didn't go to. So I don't know what happened with that. Yeah, we definitely support you, Lil C Shorty. Even though I don't have a gaming PC, I support you and I'll be on your site, looking at all the information and everything. Cause my thing is, I got to get me for next month. If if I think I'm investing it, I'm gonna get a Cause I was gonna say if I get the still go through with the pre-order for Undisputed, I'm gonna go play at my son's house, or I just get the PlayStation 5 and I play on that. But that's not my priority right now. If the game was more than what I thought it was gonna be, oh yeah, I'll make it a priority. But that's not a priority. Yeah, so yeah, I don't like, it's one of the things that I wrote down. I don't like the direction that it seemed like they're going in. And I'm wondering once the game is released, they're gonna feel like they got over that hump that they released the game, and is they're gonna fall back and start working on if there's gonna be undisputed too. But and this is another thing that seemed like it changed too, because Ash was saying that the game wasn't gonna be like undisputed 2, 3, 4, and 5. He said the game just was gonna evolve. It was gonna just become a better game over time. Basically, like how on Warframe, because Warframe is nothing like it started out being. Do research, and that's one thing I do is research. Yeah, and then who's getting the game on day one, or do they got a pre-order? Hopefully, I'm gonna get off in time for that. Yeah, I'm gonna get off in time for Anthony Joshua. All right. Oh yeah, this is the thing that the company is trying to use against people. Fans want a boxing game, and they feel like we could give them anything. That's what they feel like. Boxing game, we could just give them anything, and they will not really say anything, and that's crazy. Yeah, I don't like the dot. It's like they give the whole spectrum of boxers moves that they shouldn't have. Like that what how see I don't play the game that much. Loose movement. They give loose movement that should be uh certain boxes. It looked like it really should be just for Mom Ali. If you want to be honest, it's like one or two people that do that move in real life. That's what I was doing. My thing was I was going, pre-order it, and I was going to buy a couple of copies to give away just to support them. But it seemed like since all this money started getting in their hands, it makes me like, well, y'all got money and y'all don't care no more about the fans. Yeah, I'm like, yo, and I appreciate y'all, the guys that said y'all speak up for me. The guys that I spoke up for that has jobs and stuff, they don't speak up for me. They don't even bring my name up. They act like they're gonna bring my name up. They don't even really talk to me. I talk to them, but they don't talk to me. It's like no conversation. And I still try to support them on their YouTubes and stuff. But no, they don't support. They don't support me. They don't care about me, which I really don't care because, like developers said, once um Undisputed come out, if it's gonna make more money than what Fight Night Champion made, because Fight Night Champion didn't make money at all, like really make money in the beginning. They start making money on after years passed by because fans got bored and tired of waiting. But Fight Night initially didn't make that much money. But this game, because for one, they got the hype behind them, it's gonna make money. So other companies gonna start making boxing video games. And I stand a lot of these companies' ears. I said, what y'all should do, the other companies didn't do, make a good, make a perfect boxing game almost. It don't gotta have real boxes. You know what's gonna happen? It's gonna sell well, and boxers gonna beg to be in your game. That's when you get them. And that was always my logic when I was helping companies. Make a perfect game, boxers will beg to be in it. Oh yeah, the clenching part. That's annoying. You could hold, I see, but the clenching and just they only having a clenching system in it. It's no excuse. You know, it's companies that make all these wrestling games. It's a lot of companies that's making wrestling games even now. And that, when they grab people and they clenching and stuff, that's a clinch. Clinching and should be a basic thing. But that goes back to what I said. It's about people having experience. And they don't want to give up that position, even though they don't have that experience. But a good leader, company owner, he'll be like, you're gonna have to give up that spot. I give you another position, but you're gonna have to give up that spot because I want my game to be what I want it to be. It's just so much. Oh, the vulnerability. Everybody talk about that. Boxers, um, more boxers. It just people talk about the game don't really have a vulnerability system in it. It's like when I look at old games like Victorious boxes and stuff, you see so much in that game. You be like, wow, I can't wait till the next game to come out. But that was 30 years ago, 30, close to 40 years ago, 30, about 35 years ago. Victorious Boxer Games was out. So, games going backwards now? That's crazy. That makes no sense to me. Companies need to, it's not companies. SCI need to, once they launch this game, hire more experienced people. They got veterans on the team, but other veterans, I mean, they got veterans on the team, but other people are canceling the veterans out. And like when they say like certain animations, AI can put animations in now. They got a technique now. This research because y'all could go on my website. I'm gonna put it on my Twitter. I got a billion ideas of breaking down what can be done in the gaming industry. It's a program that they could use that could actually take footage from boxers and put it in the game. So boxers that's no longer here, their fighting style could be in the game. Boxers that are here, that's old, their fighting style could be put in the game. So it's on SCI not putting these things in. You heard Rack in the last video with the punching. He snuck in some extra motion capture for the punches. They need to get on board with that pro play pro. Exactly. I think that's basically the technology that I'm talking about. Because see, when Rack talk, now I'm starting to see EA. I'm like starting to see EA come out in them. I'm starting to see Fortnite come out in them. The arcade stuff. He keeps saying they added more, but who was the motion capture director? You can't get it. See, this what they try to do. You can't get a person in the studio to be the motion caption director of boxing. A boxer should be there doing the motion caption. And if anybody's seen my older videos, I said when because I had the motion capture thing before I even know about motion capture because I ripped my shoulder in a boxing match. You know, I tore my by my pectoral. I ripped it. So I was going to they call it sports therapy center. So they were doing motion capturing to see how strong my arm was getting. I was punching and they were showing it. And I was like, yo, this could be like a video game. I said to myself, but it was like showing my punch movement and the trajectory and the power and everything. And my brother was catching me because my brother was one of my trainers. He was catching me on the punching pads. So I was stopping my punch, which what they doing in the game. You could tell. The punches don't follow through. I see they, after I was complaining in the last 3 videos ago, but I see that the punches weren't going through. You can't throw a punch at, because the way they had it, I seen the guy holding the thing up, and he was punching right there. It just stopped right there. But you got to punch through. That's how a punch got to go. That helps add that realism to it. It helps when you punch and you punch at an object like the head's supposed to snap with the punch or move, depending on if you got Paulie Malignaggi punching power. But still, it's like they like really kept. It's like they're trying to keep things as basic as possible. Come on, man. It's 2024. Nobody don't want basic no more. Nobody don't want that basic stuff no more. They're doing too much. They're doing too much to get around what people want. Cause when Fight Night Champion was out, that's the Fight Night I'm talking about when 2K was in that era, that 2K. They were doing realistic things. They were making the game more realistic. And at that time, that's what fans was hoping. They said, we want Fight Night to be like 2K as far as the way they go about creating the game. And even Ash said it. And I know they're trying to get away from, they're like, Dad, why did Ash say that? I know that's what the team's saying. Ash said he wanted this game, he wanted Undisputed to be the NBA 2K of boxing. But I don't know if Will or the team said something. I don't know if, because a lot of fans, they keep saying, Their thing, when he said he wanted to be the NBA 2K of boxing, here they go. What you mean, the microtransactions and all of this? No, that's not what he's talking about. And it seems like fans do that selectively when I talk about it. They know what I'm talking about. They want the realistic aspect. Why do you think EA stopped making NBA Live? It ain't because um, NBA 2K was a better game than them. It was because they refused to make a realistic game, and that's all fans was asking for. Fans act like that's not what fans is asking for. And when people there's another thing, and how people like Will, he did it. I'm gonna start saying your name more and more because y'all disrespected me. Y'all like really disrespect me. And I always seen Will as a friend. All these years, y'all didn't speak up. Y'all never speak up for me. But I speak up for y'all, like I keep saying. Y'all never speak up for me. But yeah, these guys they just don't want certain things in the game because they feel that it doesn't belong in the game. When they didn't have the referee in the ring, I knew it wasn't going to be in the ring. When they didn't have the walkout gear, I knew that wasn't going to be in because they kept saying that's not important. Boxers walking out with walkout gear is not important. But you got women walking out with halter tops. You got them with the top gear. So that means you can put on them having robes and stuff. And I was hoping that they was gonna surprise us and say, yeah, like one of these videos, the video that just came out, I thought we was gonna see robes or something. They gonna have to do something like major to get a lot of people like excited. Like, if they're gonna do another trailer, we need to see robes. We need to see robes in it. We need to see a referee in the ring. And people keep saying it's not important. It is important. It's immersion. Referees have jobs. We don't want them cutscene jump when a referee coming in. No. We want the cutscenes and a real referee in the ring. You got, and this something I shouldn't say before they shut me down. They got a whole list of referees. The one that we see is not the only one. They got a list of referees. Because I was trying to get Harvey Doctor, because that's one of my friends. We used to box in the amateurs. He was in another gym that I know from around my hood. But yeah, I was trying to get Harvey Doc in there. I was like, yo, I got to get my boy in there. I don't know if they put him in, but I made sure they had contact. But and when I talked to Ash, I hate to tell everything that me and Ash talk about, but since nobody's coming to bat for me, yeah, Ash said, oh, we got referees. He said, but I'm going to contact Harvey Doc. He said, I'm going to let somebody reach out to him. But he said they had a whole list of referees. So now you got a list of referees that you can't put in the game because they can't do what they're supposed to do. And the team is not focused on that. This team, to me, and I'm going to keep it a buck, the team is trying to stretch this money out. They're trying to do the least possible, and they keep feeding you because you don't have the knowledge, you don't have the skills that they have in actual gaming. You don't know the technicalities and stuff, so they could tell you anything. And I don't know how skilled your brother is. He's in the gaming industry, but I don't know how skilled he is, and is he even in the studio like that? But it's like they telling you anything. It's like it's annoying. It's like it becomes annoying. And this another thing I was saying. Do your research before you accept anything that the team tells you. If they tell you it can't be done, do a research. It can be done. Do like I do. Go on LinkedIn. I stay on LinkedIn. Once I found out where I could find, I was always talking to developers, but I was like, I want a whole bunch of different developers so I could get different perspectives. Because some developers are gonna tell you things that they just don't want you to know. I mean, they're not gonna tell you things they don't want you to know. It just you just gotta keep talking to people. Eventually, they get comfortable with you and they tell you things. And when I'm on LinkedIn, I'm always talking to developers. Not one of them in the ring programmed to work with fighters at the same time. An action with throw off the fighting ring there. And also, I never hear none of the coaches talking on the sideline. Exactly. That's crazy. It should be more like instructions and stuff in the corner. It ain't got to be that that the whole interactive thing like they said with EA with the ice thing and stuff like that. But it should be better animations in the corner and a more realistic interaction, and you can hear the coaches saying things or hearing coaches outside the ring saying more things. Hear the crowd saying more things. It's like they're trying to put the least effort in the game. Make it look kind of good, but put the least effort in. But it looked like when they was making the game for the beta and alpha, it seemed like they had a vision and it was like looking good and it was going good. It's actually people that saying that that was CGI, but that's not CGI because I remember when we played the betas looked at that good, and it's crazy how we went from the betas to what we got now. It's not really that much different. Like even when the boxes, that's what even Sean was talking about certain things. Sean Porter was talking about certain things didn't look right, and it's like they tried to ignore him. He said my character don't really fight like me. And my thing is like, why aren't you trying to improve that? He's right there. It's like people right there, and he telling you. Even with Tommy Morrison's wife, I talked to her, every once in a blue moon, and she was asking me, what did I think about his character? I said it doesn't really look like him to me. I said the only thing about him is his name. That's the only thing. If I was to look at that character and you didn't tell me that was Tommy Duke Morrison, I wouldn't know that was Tommy Duke Morrison. He doesn't fight like Tommy Duke Morrison. I told her that, and she said she was gonna talk to him. But my thing is she really talking to him, or are they really listening? And that's crazy, because you're gonna always have people on the team that say that's not important. Exactly. It's like because they see stuff like that, like drinking water and stuff. That's the immersion of it. That brings like even because they say maybe in career mode it'll look better. No, when people see that thing, it makes the fight scenes better. It like really immerse you in the match. Even if you fighting against an online guy and you're in the corner and the guy giving you water and then you panting and you going through all the stuff and you look like you beat up and stuff, that means a lot. That really helps the fight have that like tension that make you feel like you really in a fight. But these things they don't have in the game, and it's crazy. It bothers me. It shouldn't bother me, but it bothers me. Exactly. It should be even you put too like you didn't do it, but they might send you back to the corner every once in a blue moon. You put too much Vaseline on the corner. The corner, come and wipe the Vaseline off the face. Or you put too much water on the floor. They tell you to come in the rain and wipe the water off the floor. That's the little things that 2K used to do. The little things. That's the immersion of the sport. I'm like, yo, it's so much they missing. It's like 40 years passed by since the first boxing game, and this is where we at now. And Ash keeps saying, I'm gonna bring it up again. Ash keeps saying we're just an indie game. We're just starting. 4 years. I'm gonna keep saying 4 years. EA made almost 5 games in 4 years. Stop using that excuse, Ash. I respect you for making a boxing game, but stop using the same excuse. I hope they bring it too. I hope they the update they bring something real meaty and you know just brings the whole game together. Just make it looks better, overall, far as visuals, everything. But my thing is like they're gonna relax. Then they can't. When they get the money from the sales, they supposed to expand the team because they're gonna need more people to make sure they get those other boxers out. So they gotta push all them other boxes out. I don't know if they're working on it now. I like over 50, 60 though. So miss that brings the immersion as a player playing the game, especially if they doing esports. These things need to be in the game along with the clinch system and ref system. Yeah. Um. It's I'm like on the fence right now because now I'm trying to see is it gonna be an esports game anymore? I'm trying to see did they say all right, let's move away from that esports name because we ain't even got a game like really got a game to make it esports or is it esports worthy? So now they got to work up to that. For one, Turkey Out of Sheep, they're huge on that esports thing. So I'm like wondering, is that going to be a thing? And now I'm trying to figure out how big of a part Turkey Out of Sheep plays in this game. Because Turkey Out of Sheep, he got endless money. And then it seemed like they overlooked him as an actual investor because they have, I think, yes, 3 investors from England. I think gave him 22 million dollars. And I'm like, why didn't y'all just ask Turkey Alley Sheep to invest in this project? Now I'm trying to figure out what is this part gonna be in the game. I know they said in their roundtables before that they said they will get the referee in at some point. Yeah, that's business talk. That's business talk. Their thing is they're gonna say that just to keep to make people stop talking about it. Like people like me that got kicked out of the Discord, I'm gonna keep talking about it. Certain things I'm gonna keep talking about. Like they did the okey doke with the career mode. Why don't the career mode have tendencies? Why doesn't the career mode have that you can make a whole list of boxers that can integrate into the career mode? These are the things that people need to ask them because older games, not just one game, older games had it that you could make a whole list of boxers or characters and they integrate into the career mode. They don't have that for Undisputed. So that means y'all taking a back step. Y'all not even talking about that's gonna be in the game. Y'all don't have tendencies. Fight night, they took part. They said they couldn't add it in the way they wanted to because of the story mode. But fight night, they're the first boxing game that no, I want. Is it Victorious Boxing? But fight night, they had tendencies in the game. They just couldn't add them accurately. So that should have been something in the career mode, so you could make the boxes respond realistic. Tendency sliders. Don't just tell me you put tendencies in there. Where the tendency sliders so I could create my characters and I could get them tendencies to fight different. We don't want the same boxers fighting the same way. We fought like, let's say you fought 40 boxers and like 5 of them fight different from the other 40. That's annoying. But if you had tendency sliders, you could have created boxers and put them in your career mode and they're not fighting the same. A Smooth saying, yeah, post launch, Ash and Riyadh want that game to be as realistic as possible. They need to add all the immersion in as possible. And they need to add a tournament ranked and casual mode with spectating. Exactly. 100%. And they need to add ring walks. That's what I was talking about earlier. You want to hear? Yeah, ring walks is very important. And they doing the whole EA thing. If they start saying it again, they're repeating after EA. Because I'm starting to see them repeating after EA a lot. They need to add ring walks as well. Love C Shorty said the hardest part about the ref is keeping him from between the fighters. If I had that, he would have came with patch 03. Yeah. Yeah, I know you should figure it out, but they got a whole team. They got a whole team. They got hired people, veterans. Because every time I look at, WWE 2K, and I'm seeing these referees in the ring, not only the referee, you got a whole ring full of people. How many people could be in the ring at one time? That's the part I'm talking about. So it's these people they got veterans, or they can hire veterans, because there's a lot of people on the Discord that don't have jobs. It's jokes that ask me, I say, I know company. If I had a company, I probably would have reached out to you. Let me see. I see now someone added 25 minutes ago. Honestly, this like a PlayStation 2 game. But I know a lot of game better than this, and we are in 2024. It's not a PlayStation 2. See, people like be extreme. See, me, I won't be that extreme. It's not a PlayStation 2 looking game. It's a lot of people, especially a lot of these guys that's fight night, they're cult members. And they'll say this game is a mobile game and stuff like that. Stop it. I play mobile games. Ain't no mobile game. Game is far from a PlayStation 2 game. Yeah, exactly. I wonder what it takes to get the ref in the ring. Why is it so hard for them to create a 3-point system to where the ref is not in range? I think Love C Shorty could kind of talk about it because he's still having problems himself, but because he's using the same system. But from my understanding, from talking to people, it's about experience. See, he said a lot of these guys on the team don't have experience, and they don't want to give up their position for somebody else to come in there to help with the game. Because there's a lot of games that's on lower engines than what they're working on now that has referees in the game. But a lot of it's from experience. It's just annoying. It like really gets annoying. So what is your take from Ash last three videos? Anybody want to talk about that? Because I know a lot of the people that are supposed to be on the team. Some of the people I never saw because I try to make it my duty to find out who's on the team. Some of them people I don't know if they was last minute hires or what. Oh, all right. Yeah, that's what makes sense. I wouldn't be surprised if Love C Shorty or Overhand until I get him in before Undisputed. And that would be super sad. That would be sad. Because I always said, to me, overhand boxing, maybe Love C Shorty know more about them than I do. But from my experience, I think it's only two or three people. And their their graphics, their punches. Low C Shorty, your punches, your movement. I mean your animations. One person, you is one person. They are three people. I mean, overhand boxing is three people. Um, SCI, over 70 people. They can't use that excuse when it was three, four, five people in the development of the game. They keep using that excuse. I'm keep saying we're not kids anymore playing games. It's not, especially in sports games. It's not kids playing sports games. It's too many other games out there that they could play besides a sports game. Now you're trying to tell a person that's a hardcore sports fan that we don't want to make a realistic sports game because it's not fun. By you saying that you're not a sports fan and you're not a boxing fan, you saying that a realistic sports game is not fun. A realistic boxing game is not fun. That makes no sense whatsoever. For one, let's say let's say y'all got Joshua. Now you got other fighters they could fight that never fought him. Like Wilder. Now you got Joshua and Wilder. Now they fighting. And you got this got styles gotta be realistic. The tendencies have to be realistic. That's not fun. You know Wilder can knock you out with any punch. That's the only thing I give you a little credit for. But Wilder can knock you out in a heartbeat. Now you got to use tactics. That's as he said that. I think he said that when Mim talked. I think he said that at least 10 times. It's gonna be a tactical game. He asked this one thing he actually said. He said he don't care if the game fails as long as it's realistic. You see, I know a lot of people don't want a realistic game, and that's not true. That's all everybody asking for is a realistic game. He said he don't care if it fails. He want the game to be realistic. Then it seems like somebody got in his head and said, "Stop talking like that." you putting money up and stuff. They made them believe that having a realistic game will not sell. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let me see. A Smooth said, I noticed with overhand interactive how the fighters look fluid. That's what I'm talking about. And that's what I was saying. Um SCI made Undisputed. It looked kind of fluid, more fluid than it do now. But the alpha and beta, they were more fluid than they are now. And it looked better. But now it looked robotic. It's like little robotic things they do. I'm like, yo, what's going on? The jab doesn't look realistic. And people say Larry Holmes jab looked good in the game. No, it doesn't. Larry Holmes has the best jab in boxing that ever had, the, the best jab ever in boxing. His jab doesn't do him justice. And that's the thing that be making me mad because by you saying that, they're not going to change nothing. Stop telling them things look good when it doesn't look good. My thing is, when you say something look good in the game, especially if you're not a boxing fan, do your research on that boxer. Because that's one thing I say about Fight Night Round 4 and Fight Night Champion. You had people that became boxing fans. They start doing their research and they see how bad the game really was. They see how the game didn't replicate the boxers. Now, we're years away from that. You should be doing your research on boxers, especially if you don't know these boxers like Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes had the best jab in boxing. Look at it. And stop calling, and this is something I want to say. Stop calling everything spam. Everything is not spam. If a person hits you with 4 body shots, that's not spam. That's realistic. Do your research. The body snatcher. He hit you with 3, Tyson, body snatcher. Hit you with 3 or 4 body shots. If you're not blocking your body, when I was boxing, you're gonna get probably 8 body shots. I'm spamming, huh? Or a person hit you with 5 or 6 jabs. He's not spamming. It could be done. It's on you. If a person is spamming something, you should say that. Why isn't SCI giving me things to stop this person, or stop this person from doing certain things to me over and over again? It ain't gotta be they gotta lose energy, because certain people can throw a lot of punches or throw punches. Roy Jones will hit you with 4 or 5 hooks. That's spamming. Do your research. Let me see what Love C Shorty said. Y'all been talking. Oh, Love C Shorty said, the ref is more than likely coming with my next patch. I'm focusing on him most this time around, since the core game mode is out and people are enjoying it. Then A Smooth said, the way Ali and both throw the jab and Undisputed is they are never on their toes throwing it. With that slight lean while moving, you can't do that in Undisputed. Exactly. That's what I keep talking about. They're not getting these boxers movement. It's no excuse. You can't say, oh, he's not alive, so we're not going to get it perfect. There's technology out there that can capture boxers off of film for Unity and Unreal. Do your research. Go to my site. My blogger site. Go to Boxing Video Game blueprint wish list site. Go there and look down my list. I got detailed things that can be done in boxing games or what need to be in boxing games. Read through that list. You're gonna be like, wow. So stop letting companies tell you something can't be done. We in an age where anything can be done. They can put your voice in the game, your voice without your permission. They can put they can do anything. They can put your face in the game. So that's telling you a lot. So stop letting these companies tell you, and then they act like they oh we can't do it. It's not that technology on us. Nah, man, that's a lot. Yeah, I can't wait to see the ref. Yes, sir. Ace Moore said that. Remember when Roy Jones would throw 4 or 5 hooks at one time? Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, it's wild. Deontay Wilder has mostly Roy Jones animation. It is. It's shameful. That's laziness. So now I'm starting to think you got, let me see, 100 and over 100. No, I think they still got over 200 boxes that they didn't put in the game. I'm not going to say 130 boxes. I'm going to say over 200 boxes you didn't put in the game yet. So I see repeat on all them 200 boxes because you don't have tendencies, capability sliders in the game to help. We can help you by you putting the sliders in there. We, the community, they can make the boxers fight the way they fight if you can't do it. Or you don't want to do it. It's saying you can't do it. You don't want to do it. You're not boxing fans. Let the boxing fans use the sliders and make the boxers the way they should. That said, a lot. That no, hold on. That's sad, and a lot of fighters have Joe Frazier's hooks. Exactly, like Tommy Duke Morrison. Duke Morrison has his own kind of hook, and Joe Frazier's hook looks better in Fight Night. What is it? 2001 or no? It's Knockout Kings. I think that's the best his hook look. It's like the hook that they have. It's like it's all right. You can say it belongs to him, but I seen his hook look better in the Knockout King game. And shout out to the Beast. You know, the Beast, we be talking on the phone and stuff. You know, shout out to the Beast. Let me see, Leaping Hook. Yeah, the Gazelle Hook. Like even Marciano, his Suzy Q and stuff like that. It's like certain moves they just don't have in the game. That's lazy programming. That's them being lazy. Straight up being lazy. You know, it's like they just say, let's just push this game out and move on to the next. Love C Shorty, please focus more fluid, more fixed effects, and fine detail. The devil is in the detail. That's in both of the games. I know Love C Shorty would go crazy if he had these licensed fighters, especially Roy Jones. Imagine how he would be moving. Yeah. But Love C Shorty, my thing is focus on your game. Once your game is like the way you want it, boxers gonna be begging to be in your game. Yeah, boxers be begging to be in the game. And my thing is I tell any developer that doesn't have the funds and they're new to making games, don't get real boxers at first. Just focus on making a good game. The boxer's gonna beg to be in it. I'm like, I'm still, you know, the thing that still got me in when I said that people like Mayweather want $10 million. And I wonder, is he just saying that because a lot of fans, they took that information that was put on the internet and they keep inflating it. Or I'm now I'm starting to wonder, is Roger? I mean, not Roger. I've been trying to reach out to his son, but Floyd Senior and oh boy, Dad, Floyd Senior and his uncle be in the game. Is they gonna still be in the game? They're gonna like wait till after the game launch, probably a month after they're gonna start talking about new boxes. And hopefully that they get a bigger team for the new boxes that they can actually keep pushing them out faster. If I had the if I had the money, I pay Floyd. No, I pay whatever Floyd asking. Having them in the game is going to get you that money. You think, I don't know, $10 million? That's a lot of money to be trying to get back. Because from my understanding, well, I don't know how much they made on Fight Night Round Four, but they didn't make them. They didn't make no $10 million off of no Fight Night champion. So that'll be a hard investment. I think you'll catch more people with a better game than the actual boxes. The because the gameplay means more than the boxes to me. Because you can have names in a game in a bad game, and you just waste your money. Because once people hear that the game is garbage, they're not gonna go by. Yeah, they got this box in there and that box in there. They got like every box almost in the world. But how's the gameplay? That's what they're gonna go off. That man want 10 bricks off the arm up front. I'm still I'm hearing that, but I'm wondering, is that like they keep following that narrative that EA, because I know he was beefing with EA, and I think when he said it, he just wanted more money. I don't think he even wanted the 10 million. He just, his thing is, how you gonna undersell me and give Pacquiao more than me? So he started giving demands to EA. No, name the game after me and stuff like that. That's his anger because they disrespected him. He was the champion at that time. He was the basically the face of boxing at that time, and Pacquiao wasn't. So y'all gonna give him more because they were when I went up to EA, they were pro Pacquiao fans straight up. So I was like, when they said that, I was like, yo. When they told me what happened, and they try to when they try to go back and give him more money once he found out, they say he won't even answer they phone calls or anything. So he was like mad at them because he was like, yo, I'm like the face of boxing and y'all giving this guy more money than me. And I think they just finished paying Mike Tyson. That's why they put him in all them UFC games because they had him. Because they put have been making more fight night games. That's why they got a contract that Tyson and a couple of other boxers in the game. So they said, since we're not making fight night no more, we're gonna put them in the UFC games. And my thing, EA, you should at least give me a shout out because y'all used some of my wish list ideas. And don't say you didn't because I got the wish list on my site. It's been up there for over what 15 years. So stop. Oh yeah. Thanks for. Dad, come on. What time is it? Oh yeah, it's about to come on. Oh yeah. So anybody got anything else to say? 'Cause I'm about to sign off because the fight about to come on. Yeah, and I hope EA release new game for PC too. I don't like Xbox and PlayStation. Hey, but I don't think I don't think if EA make an announcement, it's gonna be in November or December because they're trying to see what um Steel City do, what Undisputed, what the numbers look like, how well the game sells. Floyd is insane, man. I don't think we're going to see him in no game ever again. I think AJ, Mike Tyson, and Lennox Lewis, James Tony are in the game as well. But y'all enjoy the fight. Good stream, Poe. Appreciate you, man. I appreciate all of y'all coming out, man. I really appreciate y'all. And shout out to the people that don't shout out me. Talk to y'all. I speak good of y'all, but y'all don't speak good of me. Shout out to y'all. Enjoy. Peace. Let me see. I'm gonna turn this off.